everybody, welcome to episode 7 of Scotland Inspires. If you don't already know, Scotland Inspires is a YouTube series to celebrate the inspiring things that are happening here in Scotland. And my name's Clare Bennett and I'm really passionate about speaking from the heart and I love talking to people. So I'm really excited, delighted to be welcoming John O'Brien,
hello,
aka
hello.
Obie,
that's
and I'm really delighted to be welcoming you on this episode today. And
episode 7.
Episode 7. Episode 7.
How did it take so long, Claire? Why am I 7?
Inspires.
I wanted to be episode 1.
Well, I think you actually forgot about the
you
last
stood
time.
me up the last time, didn't you?
No, John actually double booked me. And he chose the other option.
I think
you get a better offer.
I think I maybe had a hangover.
So welcome. So what I'll be doing is gathering people together that are living in Scotland. They are creating social change, positive change, that are maybe have made changes in their own life, that are following their passion, following their heart, and being courageous and doing that. And obviously, you know, I met you quite recently at Toastmasters.
Toastmasters, that's right,
At Toastmasters public speaking, and you delivered a really inspirational speech about...
What was it about? Because it was one of these... It was the
about
table
aliens.
Topics. Was it?
It was something to do
with aliens.
Was it
like the table topics thing, it was a random thing. Was it about aliens, was it?
There was aliens, there's definitely aliens in it at some point. But
I can't remember because it was a table topic. But I think, see, sometimes when you do something you can't remember, that's probably sometimes the best things. You know, because I think, let's see, doing stand-up, I think the best gigs, see sometimes if you're on, like, in the zone, that kind of thing, you're kind of going, do you know that feeling? Because I've seen you speaking, you're pretty good.
Yeah,
you're public speaking, you've done a TED Talk and stuff, and you just do it. And I think when you're on your best form, anybody, is when you're not thinking about it. Because if I have a gig and it goes brilliantly, I come off and I won't remember much of it, which is a weird thing.
Yeah,
because you're not...
And you're in the flow.
You're in the flow and that wee voice isn't going... And that wee guy that's doing that, so you're just doing it. And you come off and you've no idea what happened. So that's how probably I can't remember that wee bit.
Well, it was great. It was you were talking about. There was definitely, maybe not aliens, there was definitely talk of a spaceship.
Was there a spaceship? I can't remember at all.
And you were talking about, I can't remember either, but it left a, it made it did make an impact, because at the end of Toastmasters you need to vote for who your favourite speaker was, and I voted for you.
Oh, stop it. I voted for you, Claire, I did.
Of course you did.
I actually did.
I think we were the best speakers there.
I don't tell anybody.
But John won. John won. But you thoroughly deserved.
And that's years of doing stand up as well, though. That's cheating. So a lot of people start doing Toastmasters and not done anything.
True.
So you know, it was fair enough. I had an unfair advantage.
It was a good one. So do you want to tell us a wee bit about your stand up and how you ended up? Because it's quite an unusual pursuit. It's quite an unusual thing. So how did
I start doing it? Right, I think it's something that I always wanted to do. I think I was quite quiet as a kid, right? Quite nervous. I don't know if I'm nervous or maybe I was just all kids like that back in the took it, and I always remember remember the Royal Variety performance and all that. Right, I didn't really like music and stuff. It kind of bored me at that time. I kind of went up music. I mean, I like music now, but I always liked like magicians and comedians. That was the ones I always kind of go, oh, there's a magician on.
You like to be entertained.
And there's 3 ambitions I've had in my life, right? Three ambitions, right? And the first, well, I think I wanted to be a magician for a while, right, when I was a kid, but that never lasted long. I wanted to be a professional snooker player.
That's cool.
Right, so I wanted to win the World Championship. Right, but after a couple of years of doing comedy, I'll go back to that, right? I never know. I wanted, because I like my snooker, right, I wanted to be a comedian. Right, so when I went to school, I always had this thing, but it was like, I don't know if it's a Scottish thing or a kind of thing where you want to do something, but you're scared to actually tell somebody because you've got this kind of social conditioning thing where you're kind of told to get a job or do this. Like, I remember going to the careers advisor And I did a thing, you know, did you ever do these kind of questionnaires?
Tests, yeah.
And it kind of says, what do you like this, are you good at this?
Yeah.
Right, so I was quite good at physics, maths and all that kind of sciencey stuff. So the questionnaire basically says, like, you're now an engineer. That was it, so it says you're an engineer, right, you're going to be an engineer now. So I thought at the time, oh aye, okay. So I went to uni, done engineering, and I remember, so I go off on tangents, right?
So that, and I love that about you.
So I remember a
tangents
specific,
are welcome here.
a specific thing that kind of stuck with me, right? So I always had this secret, it was like a secret of wanting to be a comedian, but you've got a kind of fear of telling people, you know, you kind of go, I want to be a comedian, and go, shut up, you're
not funny.
You're not funny, or get a job, don't be so stupid. You know, like parents and stuff like that, you don't want to tell them because you go, you want to be a doctor, or you want your own son to be a doctor, you don't want them messing about comedy clubs talking shit for a living. And so I remember a specific thing that kind of hurt me, and it's still kind of, it's a thing that kind of just got to me at the time, and I must have been about 4th or 5th year at school, and I think that was the time in my life when I started coming out myself a wee bit, because I was always quite quiet. I think I wanted to do comedy because I was always quiet. Every now and again in a class I'd come out with a one-liner and people would laugh and go, I like this. So that's part of the reason. I know, and I'd done a wee bit of public speaking at school, not a lot, but I'd done wee bits and I was actually pretty good at it, you know, and I always brought humour into it. I was aye, good at this. So I remember a time I was kind of good at physics. I was one of the top of the class and kind of maths and stuff. And I remember outside the science block and the school I was at, and me and a few of my mates were just, at that age, 14, 15, we were just going mental. Having a laugh, we weren't being bad at it, we were just going mental, being loud and just loud and stupid. Just, you know, as you do when you're a kid. Just freedom, it's just expressing yourself in a way, being dead loud, and having a laugh, going nuts. And I remember one of the teachers came out, and he was a science teacher, right? I think it was physics or chemistry, I can't remember. And he came out and he gave us all a row, and he took me aside, right? And I was like one of the kind of top of the class for physics and all that. And he says, right, John, says you're good. You could be a top like, science computer guy. Says if you want to be that, you can't carry on like this. And I was like, you mean? Like, and in my head I was thinking, so if I want to be a professional engineer or something, I can't have fun. I was thinking, fuck that. So at the time, that's what I thought, but then I went to uni and I thought I wanted to be an engineer, and a lot of people now, they say, why did you not do that? You've got an engineering degree. And I says, because I've been bored out of my brains. I don't want to do that. I'd rather be skint for a few years doing what I love and then taking off. You know, so. Yeah,
I mean, there's that thing that I don't know who said it, but there's a quote around the subject of happiness and success, and it says, if your definition of success doesn't include happiness, maybe you need to think about your definition. That really is that a successful life if you're miserable? I don't think so.
Because you see a lot of doctors. I'm not kind of people that do doctors and all that. I've got a lot of respect for them. It's amazing. You see a lot of people have kind of.
It's an important job.
Of course it is. We need doctors and engineers, and it's brilliant. But you see instances where it might be somebody from a family that's been kind of very high educated, and they kind of force their kids into it, and it kind of put a lot of pressure. So we need you to be a doctor. So they feel as if they're letting their family down if they don't pursue that. Then they become this doctor, but secretly they want to be a ballet dancer or something, right? And so that's the back of their mind, but they're doing the doctor thing, and they get to 65 and they're kind of going, I wonder if I'd done that, I'd enjoyed it, you know?
So we pick up messages from our families, from our peers, from our teachers, from society generally about what are successful professions or what are good professions to do, rather than encouraging people to look inside and follow their heart, follow what excites them, what energises them, what interests them. So did you come up? I'd love to hear more about when you first sort of like started telling people about your ambitions.
Doing comedy.
I have done comedy.
I think I didn't really tell my family or anything like that. I told my mates, kind of close mates. That was a secret. It was like, excuse me, I want to be a comedian. You know. I shut up, Obie, and get the beers in there. So it was that kind of thing, and I was like, I want to do it. So it was always a kind of, it's weird, isn't it? It should just say I want to be a comedian, and it should be a thing. And when I started doing it, I always wanted to do it, but I had no idea how to start doing it. eventually seen an advert. It was in the Sunday Mail, right? I don't read that shit now, but I seen an advert in that about a comedy course in Glasgow. It was a workshop. There's a woman called Viv G who still does comedy. You've probably recently you've seen a lot of comedy,
I've listened to your podcast.
Oh, aye.
John's got a podcast
Aye.
called, what's it called?
It's not really got a name, it's just
Obie's podcast.
Aye.
It's really good.
Living the dream. I might change the name of it, so aye.
There's a good episode with somebody called Clare Bennett on it.
Aye, Claire's on it, aye. You were episode number 2.
Number 2.
I'm 7 in this, so that's a bit shit, Claire.
John, you stood me up. You stood me up. None of that. Veggie, that was a good episode. I enjoyed listening.
So I did a workshop, and I kind of I didn't tell my parents I was doing this. So I was going away
in secret.
I was going away in every Tuesday night or something. So where are you going? I'm going out. I've got something. I can't remember what excuse.
A man about a dog.
I think they thought I was a drug dealer or something. Every Wednesday night at the same time I was going out. I've got a part-time job doing what stuff. So I was doing this workshop for a while, and then I started doing some gigs. And it was only after doing a few gigs I actually said to them I'm doing a bit of stand-up. And it was still a bit of a weird thing. But,
so how did people respond? Were people surprised?
They were surprised.
They supportive? Were they...
I'm not sure. I don't know if they were supportive or just going to think, oh, it's just a stage. Because people just look at it and go, he's just doing something that's daft, he'll go over it. But in my head, that's something I really want to do. You know.
So do you think that's something, living in Scotland, do you think that's something that we encourage?
What do you mean?
Like in society, in Scottish society, do you think we are good at encouraging each other to maybe get out our comfort zones, or do you think we can?
I'm not. I think as a kind of whole, try to think. I think some people do. I don't like the whole generalisation thing. But I think there's a lot of people that they see if you want to do something different, I want to become an actor, or shut up, get a job, go and get a trade, or especially kind of Glasgow, kind of working class thing. They kind of think getting a trade, become a brickie, become a joiner. There's all this. Oh, there's good money in that. Do that. So don't get these daft ideas about going to become a comedian or starting a business. Or I mean, even what you're kind of doing this authentic connections thing. So you probably got a lot of people going, oh, that's a bit out there. It's a bit.
Yeah.
And it's something you want to do. No, but I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's why I'm specifically. Because I think the people you kind of surround yourself by makes a big difference. Because I work in a day job, and everybody's kind of the idea of just working for a day job till they retire, and they've got that kind of thing. But I'm kind of going out my way to meet people. That's why I go to Toastmasters, all these things, because you meet people that are kind of trying to do something a bit different. And it definitely has an impact on you, doesn't it?
So yeah, that's an important thing to think about, is who you surround yourself with. In terms of the title of this YouTube series, Scotland Inspires, do the people that you surround yourself with, do they inspire you?
Yep.
Do you inspire them?
Aye.
Do you encourage each other to try new things, and get out of your comfort zone?
I think sometimes it can take a gradual thing. It only takes, say you're in a situation where you're surrounded by people that are quite negative, or so it's difficult. You can't just tell your family to piss off or go away. So you could do it gradually. So maybe you could go out once a week to like a meet-up group with something. Like you do your meet-up group, go to some, or do like Toastmasters. That's like once every fortnight. You go to that. You're meeting these different people, and you don't have to just give them all up and then go. It's just a gradual thing.
Plus,
so I think it makes a big difference.
Different people enrich your life in different ways as well.
Aye.
So I've definitely got slightly different groups of friends depending on what I'm kind of looking for. I've got groups of friends that I could go to and talk about something that I'm creating, maybe a new workshop or a new idea that I could approach and say, hey, I'm doing this and I was wanting to talk to you about it. And I've also got people in my life that we can just have a giggle and have a good laugh.
I'm the same.
It depends what you're looking for. Different people bring something, and that's why it's great to have so many people in your life.
I see, I'm the same. I've got my mates to just go out drinking with. They've got their own day jobs and all that. I go out drinking, out playing golf. Just guys I like hanging about with. I probably wouldn't talk to them about this kind of stuff. I'm just going to go, shut up and get the beers in and all that. And then so I'm trying to increase the amount of people that are kind of run businesses or doing things like this that kind of go, right, you can actually do something bigger than what you think. Because I think that even a lot of your own thoughts are shit. You know, because I'm kind of going through a stage now where I'm trying to break away from my day job and do this kind of project thing I'm doing, the fuck it list, can I swear?
Yeah, of course, please
the
do.
fuck it list thing, right? So I'm kind of, that's one of these.
We're being attacked now.
We're attacked. It was
by
one of
those
these,
aliens that
it
we're
was
talking
an aliens.
about earlier.
So I'm kind of at a stage where I'm kind of going, I want to leave my day job. I'm kind of fantasising about just going, fuck it, and moving out. And because I know that if I put my 100% into what I want to do, I'd be all right. But there's still that nagging thing. And going, oh, you need your day job to pay your bills, so that's still in there. And I just want to kind of punch it away. So
yeah,
so I think your own thoughts are. I think your own thoughts are full of shit. Really, my thoughts.
Yeah.
Aye, so.
Yeah, they can be definitely, and I suppose the first step to changing that is acknowledging that's what the situation is.
Because it's thoughts that come from your family, your background, so it's all these thoughts society. So it's hard to kind of go, piss off.
To break it, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's a kind of lifelong journey of trying to break through that social conditioning and working out what do I really think about this? How do I really feel about this? So something that I try and do, which might be helpful, is instead of spending a lot of time in your head trying to move your sort of energy down and seeing how you feel about things rather than what you're thinking, because your mind can just run away with itself sometimes and take us down some not very helpful places,
I find I do a warehouse job just now, and it pays the bills, but it's mind numbing.
Yeah.
And I find when I'm in that environment and that the wee negative voices, this fight is kind of away at me. But then when I'm out doing comedy or out doing things like out talking to people like you, and you get the more positive thing, that's how the idea of spending time with more of these kind of people makes a big difference.
Sure.
You know, because with the day job, the voices are all over the place, going mental. You know, so I'm kind of saying, I want to get out of here. Says, you need this, you'll never leave this. So it comes out like a face like that. So I think I'm lucky. I think we're doing comedy though. I can talk about these kind of things. You know, I can talk about the negative voice, which is a good thing.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say that actually. So we're obviously in tune there. That I really admire you for being open and speaking out about the kind of negative voice, because we all have that, you know.
You look stupid on camera, Obie. No, I'm fine with it. Shut up. Sorry.
Yeah, definitely, and I think everyone can relate to that, but we often try and pretend that doesn't exist, and I think the more open we are, and that links very closely to the work that I do, the more open we are, the more authentic we are, the less power that these things have over us, and actually it's very liberating, although it can be challenging at first to be vulnerable and say, oh, sometimes I don't feel too good, or whatever that might be. Once we actually do that, I have found it's very liberating and empowering, and then you can make true connections when you actually share with people that you're kind of on the same page with.
There's a thing that I'm trying to do just now. I know that because the thing I'm doing a kind of show that I'm writing is for the Edinburgh Festival. It's like a project I've told you about, the fuck it list. Now, the idea is like just kind of, you have all these voices. See you want to do something. Like you said you done ballet dance when you were younger, right? Say you want to do that again, right? Just for example, but you've got all this stuff going on. Maybe you can't. Like, you're getting older now, or all that kind of shit. And go, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway. So I'm kind of at a bit of that, just because although that's what I want to do, I've still got the voices kind of taking over. There's a thing just now that I'm kind of struggling with that I want to do. Like you're doing these videos now, which is great, and I feel quite comfortable doing this.
Yeah, it's good fun.
There's a guy called the guy I was talking about earlier, Kyle Cease.
Oh yeah.
Right, so he's a comedian. He ended up doing kind of transformational stuff. I've been listening to a lot of his videos, and what kind of took his career off. I don't really, well, I maybe want to do some kind of stuff like that. It took his career off is doing loads of videos. And I want to do like a series of videos on my own, but for some reason it's scaring me. I don't know why. You know, I can stand in front of 100 people and talk shit for an hour, and it's easy. But sitting in my house with a camera there and just talking to it is something holding me back. You know, and I know that's a kind of thing that can take a career from being all right to kind of getting a. So my career's all about getting a following. And so you build a following, then you can sell a show. So it's just getting, maybe I've got some kind of fear, I kind of go and put shit out there. I know I've started a podcast.
That's quite surprising.
Aye, I know.
Yeah, that's quite surprising.
Aye.
It just shows that we all do have different comfort zones.
Aye,
we
it's
all
weird.
have different panic zones, different stretch zones.
Aye.
So.
I mean, I know, see, I can't.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think I might include. We were actually doing some stretching. I was trying to teach John how to touch his toes because he was saying that he wasn't very flexible. So I was feeling quite bad because I turned up with a blanket and I was like, oh, we just sit on the ground. And John was like, oh, this is going to be really uncomfortable for me. And you're not the first guest to comment on that.
You get your legs stretched out there. Look, if I stretch my legs out, I'm way back. I can't. Look, I'm stuck. I need to phone a fire brigade now.
Right, do you want to try it just now? So you need. So the secret to being able to touch your toes is to bend from your hips. Most people try and bend from their back, and if you bend from your back, you'll end up hunched over.
You're just showing off because you're flexible.
You need to, well, nobody can see them, but yeah, I can touch my toes.
Show it off.
We'll get you. Maybe we'll meet up.
I think you're going to.
I'm kicking the camera now. Maybe we'll meet up and you can practice.
Aye, you can show me. I think you know, this flexibility is has always been a kind of something I'm not very good at. I was always fairly fit. Like, I do a lot of running and stuff.
I can't run. So.
But you could though. That's the thing, because you don't run.
I don't run.
So it's like, so you don't run, so you can't. So you're saying that's like. Anything. I can't do ballet because I've never done it. So you don't run.
True.
I remember, I'll give you an example, right? I'm doing the Edinburgh Marathon this year. Right, 3 weeks. But
in 3 weeks?
3 weeks
Cool.
time, aye. No, it'll take me 4 hours. If it took me 3 weeks, that'd be
it would probably take me 3 weeks.
I'm doing the Edinburgh Marathon.
Have you run the marathon before?
Aye, this is my third.
Oh.
Aye. So I'll give you an example that you said there you couldn't run, right? Which is bollocks. Tell it it's bollocks, right? And the reason it's bollocks is like, because I've got a friend, the first time I done a marathon, one of my mates, Martin O'Brien, I said I was doing it, and Martin's a kind of guy who just follows on sometimes. I was, I'll do it. He's just dead calm, he'll do it. So I said, well, I'm running the marathon. So this was, and I was fairly fit at the time. I went to the gym for years and I was kind of fairly fit. So I said to Martin, he was quite heavy right at the time, I'm running the marathon. He said, I'll do it as well with you, for something to do. So this was in January and the marathon was May, so you need a good few months to train. So rather than, I'm never discourage anybody. A lot of people have said, oh Martin, get the size of you, there's no way you can run a marathon. Instead I went, no, let's do it. So I remember the first time I went out running with him. So I met up with him, I was fairly fit so I could run a fair distance. So I met him in Coatbridge at his house and we started running. So we had a plan, we'll do a few miles out and a few miles back. So I said, right, let's go Martin. So
for his first time, that's quite a lot, is it not?
Aye, but this is what happens. We got to the end of the street and then he had to stop at that point, so I kept going and we caught up. So he only done like a few hundred yards and he was knackered, right? But the thing was, he stuck to his programme for the next few months. Right, and I was fairly fit, so I ran the first marathon 4 hours 12, which was pretty decent time. And he was like, after going, he couldn't run to the end of the street, and his time was about 4 hours 30. So that was amazing. So that's what I'm saying, you can't do something. All you have to do is go, right, fuck it, just follow.
Do the training.
Find out how to do it, and then go, just do the training, and it's fine. So I was actually scared at one point. I was like, right, I was scared in case he beat me, right? So I was like, shit, man. It was I was running the marathon, I was panicking. I was like, in case Martin runs past me.
He did really well.
Right, it was amazing, aye. It was amazing.
And how long did that take him? I mean, the training.
All right, so this was from. Well, we started the training in January and the marathon was the end of May.
Right, okay.
So I was like 5 months. So
it's quite impressive.
Aye.
It's quite impressive.
But he done the work, he put the work in and, you know, he done it. So if anybody says you can't run a marathon, they're full of shit.
Well, you know where to come. Obie will give you some training if you want to run a marathon.
And the same with flexibility, I'm saying, I could say I'm not flexible, but you know, if I could have done a programme, if you could have showed me a few exercises, I just done a bit of stretching every day within a few months.
And that flexibility would help you with your running.
Oh, definitely, yep, aye.
So I was wanting to ask you about your comedy. I think we started talking about your comedy show, but I think we might have got, we went off.
Go for the tangent, that's fine.
I like going off on tangents.
That's good.
But do you want to talk a wee bit more about, because I think we started to talk about the comedy show, the Fuck It list, and then we started to talk about the negative voice, and then we went off in a slightly
shut up, you.
Slightly different direction. So maybe we could have a wee chat about the bucket list.
Aye.
Do you want to talk a wee bit about that?
Aye, so I'm kind of writing a show, in the middle of writing a show, and the idea is, it's all about this, all this kind of stuff, right? The bucket list, it's like a bucket list, but it's different.
Because it's got an F in it.
It's got an F in it, but I think the reason it's got an F in it, the reason is because the bucket list is fine because you write the stuff down, but the bucket list, the idea is when you've got, say you want to do something, but you've got a negative voice or people saying you can't do it or you've got all these excuses, we all do it, but so that rather than, well, you let them all run through your head and then go, fuck it, and do it anyway, you know, so a bit, you when you started doing this, you probably felt a bit nervous.
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of went, fuck it, do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was your exact words, but you just kind of started doing it and you're doing it now.
Of course.
And now you're on episode 7. Ooh.
Number 7.
And I can touch my toes nearly.
And I'm interviewing Michael White tomorrow for episode 8.
All right, aye, the Toastmasters guy.
Toastmasters,
Aye,
that we
brilliant.
both know, so that's a nice wee link there.
Right, so so I've not really got a list of things, right? I will have a list of things, but I want, this is, because a bucket list is a list of 20 things you want to do. So I'll have some things, but I want a lot of the things to appear, if that makes sense. So I want...
You don't want them to be planned.
So there'll be like 3 ways of doing this. I've got like a... You ever read the book The Yes Man?
Yeah.
Or have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
There's a book called The Yes Man. Have you read the book?
Danny Wallace.
Right, brilliant.
Really good book, highly recommend it.
So the idea of the book is if somebody, let's say you're walking down the street and somebody says you fancy doing this, so rather than going, no, that's not for me, just go, aye, alright then.
Yeah.
As long as it's not, let's go killing people or something like that.
Yeah.
But if it's something a bit different, you know, do you want to do that? Aye, let's do it. And there's also, I'm trying to do a combination of 3 things. There's the rejection thing, right? So the way I want to start doing this, I'm going to have a weekly show coming up at the end of the month, and I want to have during the week to kind of, so the show's going to be about what I've been doing. So it'll be the bucket list, the progress report kind of thing. So it's going to be a weekly thing. And what I'll be doing is talking about what I've done, but I also want to encourage the people in the audience to do shit as well. So it's not just for me, so I want people that can go, alright, let's try stuff. So they've got the Yes Man, the rejection list. So I seen a YouTube video of a guy, and what he did, he just spent a year getting rejected, which is phenomenal. So he just went into things expecting to get rejected. So you see like sales, or he just going and ask for ridiculous things. He go into McDonald's and ask for a pint of lager and stuff like that. So you're just going to go, right, I'm going to get rejected today. The thing was, if you were in an expectation of it not working, every now and again it'll work, you go, holy shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, so it's just like asking for things you know you're not going to get it. So it takes away that fear of not getting it. Because I think...
You're not attached to the outcome.
Aye, because I used to do comedy workshops, and I done there's a girl that told me that she actually used this a few years later. What I did was, because comedy's quite nerve-wracking when you first try it, so we'd do the workshop, people would do their few minutes of material, then there'd be loads of feedback, and we'd all kind of encourage each other. And the second day of the workshop, what I would do, right, says, this time go up and do your 5 minutes set, but this time, the people in the audience, the other members of the group, give them nothing. Sit there with your arms folded, give them nothing. Don't even look at them, ignore them. So the idea was they went up on stage, and just to see the process that it was, but the thing is, they'd go up and they'd go through this horrible feeling of uncomfortableness. Eventually they'd kind of go, they'd accept it, go, right, this is uncomfortable, but then the idea of that, and then they kind of go, they kind of enjoyed it. So after that kind of few minutes of going, this is fucking horrible. It's like these people don't even look. It's people sitting on their phone while they're doing their bit, and so they kind of, so that teaching them the idea of the exercise. Okay, you get through that. How do you feel now? Well, all right. That wasn't that bad. That was the kind of worst that could happen to a comedian. And I'm like, well, I'm fine now.
So was that teaching people to face their fears?
Aye.
To put them in the experience where they get to feel what it's like to experience the worst thing.
Aye. So I think the idea is if you enjoy that. People hate.
Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process of people kind of looking at you going, you're mental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a girl that I'm quite pally with. She actually told me like this exercise she did in my workshop, and she said a few years later she was travelling. Right, and I don't know where she was, America, South, I don't know, somewhere, I can't remember, right. But she was just kind of travelling herself around the world for a few months. And I think it's a girl thing. Girls get into a pub on their own as a kind of, you know, they don't like doing it. They shouldn't be like that, but a lot of girls, they don't like getting into a pub on their own.
Okay.
Which is, you know, it's just a thing. It seems to be. I mean, it shouldn't be, but she kind of had this thing. So she was on her own. She wanted to get in this pub for a beer, but because she was on her own, she didn't. Now she walked past this pub a few times, and then she said she remembered this dying on her arse workshop, and she went, nah, fuck it. She just went in, and she had a beer, and she ended up chatting to this guy, and they had just had a few hours having a laugh together.
Yeah.
You know, just because they just overcame that fear.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just.
Yeah, everything fun and interesting happens outside your comfort zone.
Definitely.
I think if you can move through that. So we have our comfort zone in the middle. There's 3 zones: our comfort zone, then our stretch zone, and then our panic zone.
Panic zone.
Panic zones around like sort of throwing yourself in at the deep end, if you've heard that phrase. But most of us can really significantly grow if we spend time in our stretch zone rather than our comfort zone.
Aye.
So things like public speaking is a common fear.
Definitely.
Doing stand-up comedy, I think, would be pretty terrifying for most
definitely,
people.
When I started doing it was scary, but now it doesn't bother me because I've done it for years. You know, I just don't give a shit anymore. You know, even if you have a bad gig, you can go, oh, fair enough, it happened.
Sorry, I'm going to.
Oh, you going to sneeze?
Sneeze.
A minute.
I might cut this bit out unless you want to keep talking.
No, it's good. That's good. I think you should keep it in. The sneezing bit.
Keep it real.
I think it'd be good if you sneezed all over the camera. It was.
Do you think people would like that?
Yeah, they get the window
Why
wipers
wouldn't?
in.
Why wouldn't they? Why
Exactly.
wouldn't
So I think that's what I like about the podcast I do. I don't cut anything out.
they? Right.
Because I like the authentic thing. Like, that's authentic connection. If you're trying to make something perfect, you know, kind of going, oh, we're going to be perfect. See, with comedy, I see like a lot of the good stuff. A lot of my best kind of nights have been. I've got my kind of material that I do, but a lot of the best stuff is when I'm going off on a tangent or talking to somebody in the audience, something happens, and it's just you let it happen.
You're in the flow.
You're in the flow, and you're just mistakes, things that happen that you don't go well. If I look daft, it's funny. But you just let that happen rather than try to be structured and make it perfect.
So I was quite interested in asking you. You were talking about that you were thinking about making videos yourself, and is that because you're looking to move into more kind of personal development stuff?
No, well,
or is that related to the comedy? Or
a bit of both. I'd like to do personal development stuff, but I think the fuck it list thing is kind of a comedy. Well, it's comedy, but I want to try and encourage people to do it.
Message.
So the idea is I want to do comedy. I don't want to make it dead. I'm not there to do a lecture. I'm there to make people laugh, but I want to make people laugh and then go. People can go, oh, maybe I could actually go and try something.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go, right, this is the daft
that.
things that I did. This is what I did last week. I was shitting myself, but I'd done this thing, and here's the stories I got from it.
Yeah.
Then can I go, by the way, you go. So that's the idea of doing the weekly show. So I want to kind of try and get the videos out there and get a kind of following of people that are. So try to encourage. So people come to my show and they go, oh, by the way, last week I was terrified, but I'd done this thing and make that part of the show. So if somebody in the audience came, I did a bungee jump last week. I was shitting myself, but I'd done it.
Great.
You know, so that's what I want to make the show about. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's lovely.
So it's like, originally it was meant to be just about me doing shit and talking about it, and I was like, why don't I try and get the audience to do it as well? You know, so it's kind of a comedy, a bit of personal development thing in it. You know.
I like that. Yeah. And have you got a website, John?
Aye.
What's your website?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, go on.
It's www. How many W's?
W? 3 W's?
obiethecomedian.co.uk. It's spelled OBIE. Is thecomedian.co.uk.
And does that come from your second name? Was that your
nickname?
Obie.
Aye, Obie just came from it's John O'Brien. So primary school, I hated it when I first started because it was after Star Wars. So they went, your name's O'Brien. That sounds like Obie. You're now Obie.
Okay,
so from the age of about 10, 8 or 9 or 10, I was christened Obie, and I hated it, and it just kind of stuck. So that's what I used as a comedian.
It's serving you well. It's quite memorable. It's nice and short.
Aye. It's like Madonna, isn't it?
Oh yeah, just having
Prince or
Madonna.
Who else?
I think that's.
Is that it? So there's Madonna, Prince, and Obie. Is that it? So there's the three of us, M&M,
True.
Aye.
Good company there.
me and my pals.
Well, it's been really nice talking to you today. Thank you so much.
What have we done? Is that us?
I think so.
Aye.
What, is there anything else
I
you
don't
want to
know.
talk about?
I don't know.
Well, how long have we been chatting?
I've got no idea, Claire. What time is it? Well, we were starting at 3, but you were dead late, so...
I was really late.
I don't know. I don't know. That's probably about half an hour, 40 minutes or something
I
like
think we've done about half
that.
an hour.
Aye, that's cool, aye.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on. It's been really
High
nice.
five, high five.
It's been really, really nice having you on the show. And the next episode is going to be Michael White, who's, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but
is that not the Night Rider?
No,
Michael White. No, that's Night, isn't it?
That's what I think every single time he says that.
So I'm in Kit are coming up.
But apparently he gets called Superman because he looks like Clark Kent.
It does a bit, actually, aye.
So you've got that. So if you're a Superman fan, then tune in to the next episode of Scotland Inspires. And thank you, John. And,
Good to be here.
Get yourselves along to John's show.
I've actually got a show on the 19th of May in Victoria's. So if you look up
in Glasgow,
Victoria's, that's like Australia, isn't it? So Victoria's nightclub. So it's obiethecomedian.co.uk. You get tickets on there. So that's Friday the 19th of May. So that'll be good. That's the first bucket list thing.
I'm going to be in London.
That's
so
alright, Claire. That's alright.
Hopefully make it all in another one. So thank you very much, and I'll see you later.
Bye. Bye.